The Heavy Armor Division. Who are they, and what about this 1911 that they built? Stay tuned, and Riders Range is going to talk about it. I want to welcome you to Riders Range, and this is a 1911 .45 caliber full size that would have fit into our Great Affordable 1911 series. The first three parts of that were devoted to full size .45 1911s, and we filmed those oh my gosh, more than a year and a half ago. This fell within the almost the top tier of our Great Affordable 1911 category, but it still was affordable. And unfortunately, I came across this way too late to put into that series. So we're going to take a look at it here, and you'll see that it is in a nice wood presentation case. It does come with two magazines, one in the gun and certainly one spare, and also comes with a nice touch in this case, Zippo lighter. Custom built by Heavy Armor Division, and at the bottom there's too much light glare on it. But you can see that it has a Donald Trump signature. Now, do me a favor, don't get politics involved in this. Granted, this is what led me to this particular gun, but politics aside, this is a very nice 1911 pistol. So let's get it out of the case and let's talk about it. All right, as I mentioned, steel frame 1911, and since you already saw the Trump signature on the box, it's also on the magazine and a couple other places here. Let me tell you why I got this. For some reason, prior to the election, which, by the way, at the time of this filming still has not been decided, I had an interest in maybe getting some type of keepsake, so to speak, for the certainly to remind me, not that we need reminders, I guess, of the election, but I looked at a couple other Trump 1911s, and again, I'm not saying I'm a Trump fan or I'm not a Trump fan. I'm keeping politics out of this. It's just it's a unique type pistol. I never saw an Obama 44. We probably won't see a Biden or Harris 46 or 47, whatever. Politics aside. Some of the 1911s that I saw, whether it's by Auto Ordnance or Kimber or Cabot, were way too garish for me. And then I happened to find this one on Gunbroker, and it was very subtle, somewhat understated, which I like. Now, there's some things on this gun that are not going to be favorable to 1911 aficionados. Well, so be it. But again, it's unique. Before we talk about some of the features that are on this, let me talk about Heavy Armor Division. It's actually a really small family-owned company down in Indian Trail, North Carolina. Started by Danny Hasty. He used to work for Para Ordnance, and they started out building custom specialized 1911s that are affordable. They've also branched out into Glock, and they've done some rifles, the FN FAL, and also some AK type rifles, but the 1911 was their starting point and still their specialty. By the way, I do have to praise their customer service. Again, I bought this off Gunbroker, but the communication that I've received from Heavy Armor Division has been absolutely outstanding. They've responded to emails. They call me on the phone to discuss what this gun is, what their company is, and so forth. And this is not a paid promotion. It's not a product placement. I did pay full price for this gun, but that's okay because I like it, and again, it is affordable. So I'm going to be looking forward to doing more with the products from Heavy Armor Division. Anyway, this particular gun, we'll get past the political part of it here. It does have the White House, and it has a lion here because you'll see on the other side in a minute why that's there. It also has the Space Force emblem on here, and when I showed this picture of this gun to my daughter, she spent a good part of her career with the Space Command in the Air Force before it became the Space Force. So I reached out to Heavy Armor Division and said, why the Space Force logo? Well, it turns out that Space Force was created during the presidency of Donald Trump. So they thought that would be a great tribute to put on here. It also has the flag going the correct direction in the back, and the same thing on this side with a waving, tattered flag. Supposedly Donald Trump's signature, a kind of a unique caricature of the Trump 45, and since he's the 45th president, Trump 45 is very fitting. Also the presidential seal, and down here on the bottom of the magwell, I'll talk about the magwell more here in just a minute. Lions, not sheep, and again the caricature of Trump with the star on the back. But so much for the politics. Let's talk about the gun itself. Good solid steel frame 45, and again this gun weighs in empty at almost 40 ounces, 39.9, and that's the heaviest of the other 6 1911 45 full size that we've tried. I think the Smith & Wesson E series at almost 46 ounces was close. I think the Sig Scorpion was just maybe even a little bit heavier than that. So this is a good solid gun, and we'll talk about a couple of things that actually add to the weight here shortly. It does have ambidextrous safety on it. Not a huge fan of that, but it does suit right and left-handed people. By the way, for those who are concerned, this gun is empty. You see that no magazine, and it does come with 2 magazines, by the way. All guns should come with at least 2 magazines, and there's nothing in the chamber. All right, as long as I got this open to talk about the chamber, I do want to emphasize that this has a, let's see if I can get a light in there, somewhat unique feature to 45s anyway, and that is a ramped barrel. Common on 9mm, not so common on 45s. So again, that's to me a nice touch on this particular gun. Good solid fit and finish. Oh, while I had it open, you can see that it does have a full-length guide rod. Again, I know some aficionados are not fond of that. It does add a little bit of the weight, though. That helps bring that up to the 39.9 ounces empty, just having that full-length guide rod. Barrel is nicely polished, just a little bit of a taper out at the end to fit into the bushing nicely. And again, this is an affordable gun, coming in well under our top tier of $1,600 for affordable. And I think, if I remember right, I paid about $1,400 for this. So it does not have some of the touches you'll see on something like a Wilson or guns that cost 2 to 3 times as much. It doesn't have the flush fit reverse crown barrel, although there is a very slight reverse crowning on it. Slide, of course, this will again turn off some 1911 aficionados, but to me it's a nice touch. These are just lightening cuts in the slide, and it's kind of a tri-top slide, which I also like. Again, it's non-traditional, but you'll find that on even on a lot of Wilsons and Nighthawks these days. You'll find the tri-top type. Again, just nice little features on it. Sights. The sights are fiber optic and drift adjustable in the rear, and I shot this in some low light conditions. We'll probably roll some footage on that. These really do jump out at me as a shooter when I'm shooting in low light conditions. As long as we're going around the gun here, the fit of the extractor to the slide is very, very nice. Now, Dan Wesson will come in at about this price point, and probably has about the same fit. The slide to frame fit is also very nicely done on this. Again, I've found guns that aren't quite fitted so well close to this price point. The beaver tail grip safety is also well fitted in here. There's no huge gaps, no rough areas, so there was a lot of attention put into making this gun work right. Let's see, mag release does stick out just exactly where I need it to drop the mag easily. Got a fair amount of tension to it. It is textured, which I certainly like. G10 grips. These are just like lock grips, but they don't say lock on them, and according to Heavy Armor Division, they were sourced out of Charlotte, North Carolina. The magwell is very nicely fitted on here. Again, there's no rough edges. It's very, very well finished in here. Something that, again, I'd expect out of a higher end gun. Checkering on the back, checkering on the front strap. This is both 24 lines per inch. Gives a good solid grip on the gun, good texture without being overly aggressive. I do like it. Trigger on this, and again, we are unloaded. Trigger on this, just a slightest amount of take up. I can feel just one notch of a creep, but not much. Clean, crisp break, and this is consistent at 3 pounds, 1 ounce. And a nice short reset, very little take up again. The only complaint I have about this, and they did answer my question on it, is there's just a little bit of over travel. And you see that once it breaks, I can still move the trigger just a hair. No up and down play though, so again, it's very well fitted there. And there is no over travel stop on this. So when I reached out to Heavy Armor Division, said why, they said that they fit the guns so that they are proper and shouldn't need anything like an over travel stop. Initially, I thought that would affect my accuracy on this, having just that fraction of a movement after the trigger releases the sear. Didn't find any issues with it. I was hitting a 10-inch plate at 50 yards, so obviously that's not an issue. The trigger does feel nice and works really good for me. The feeling of the slide on the frame, again, this feels every bit as good as anything else in the price class. Certainly the Dan Wessons, the high-end Kimbers, I'd put it up against a Les Baer, and the feeling of the slide I'd almost put up against a Wilson, even though the Wilson's going to cost you 2.5 to 3 times as much as this. And I'm not saying this is a Wilson quality gun, but it's awful darn close. So Heavy Armor Division did a great job with that, it's a one-of-a-kind gun that I'm going to keep around for a while. It does shoot nice. You can see that it runs the plates quite well. It shoots well at 25 and 50 yards. Like I say, it hits 10-inch plates at 50 yards. I only put about 100 rounds through this gun so far. A couple of friends of mine have said, yes, hey, this is a Safe Queen. It should be unfired. No, I don't own anything that I don't shoot. But again, so far I've only put 100 rounds through it. I do plan on shooting it some more, but out of that 100 rounds I used a variety of ammunition, did not have one single hiccup in any way, shape, or form. And the gun feels nice in the hand. That full-length guide rod does add a little bit to the weight, probably makes up for what they had to cut out of the slide here, the lightning cuts. Finish on the inside was nice. I didn't find any mill marks, any rough edges. And you can see by the fact there is no firing pin safety in here that it is a Series 70 type action, or pre-70. It's certainly not a Series 80. And, texture on the slide stop lever. It's just got a little bit of a concave surface here to it. I don't know if the camera will really catch it. Just a little bit of a concave, and good texturing on it. So I got a real good purchase on this to be able to release it. I don't want to release it here without a round in it, but no complaints at all about it. In fact, I like the way they did that. Nice wide paddles on the ambidextrous safety. I think I'm kind of jumping around here, and you can see the safety sticks out just a little bit on the left side. It doesn't on the right. Well, good reason for that, because the safety, when it's down, has to clear the plunger tube. All in all, very excellent product for to be an affordable price. So some people say $1,400 is not affordable. This to me, this is a $1,400 gun, even without the engraving on it. And this is deep engraving too. It's not just surface etched. This is very well done. That's not going to come off of there no matter how much wear I try to give it. Of course, some people will say $1,400 is way too much for. Well, no, let's not get into politics. Anyway, nice shooting gun. Heavy Armor Division out of Indian Trail, North Carolina. They do things besides 1911s, but 1911s are their specialty, and I really like this gun. I love their customer service. I'll be working more with them in the future. So whether or not you like the political message on the gun, we appreciate a thumbs up if you like the video. And we're just still trying to grow the channel, so we appreciate if you share this video. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe. Click on the notifications bell so you know what's coming up on Riders Range. Comments on this video are always appreciated. The more comments we get, the more we can move up in the algorithm. Comments below to this video. Comments on anything else that you would like to see, or comments on any other topic in general. Send it to info@ridersrange.com. And there is the Heavy Armor Division. All right, I'll say it one more time. Trump 45, but still a very nice pistol regardless of any political message. I really want to thank you for visiting Riders Range.